after an American fighter jet shot down an Iranian drone as it approached the U.S. aircraft carrier in the Arabian Sea. Our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz, is tracking the latest for us. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Michael. This was a surprising move by Iran, given that negotiations are set to begin later this week with the U.S. and some Arab countries, and given the large U.S. show of force in the region. But U.S. Central Command says that the U.S. aircraft carrier Lincoln, which was transiting the Arabian Sea, was, quote, aggressively.
I feel like if they're going to drop an aircraft carrier, they would use a hypersonic. I don't think they would use a Shahed drone. You know what I mean? I don't even think a Shahed drone could drop an aircraft carrier or any of the naval assets in the region. I don't know why they even had a Shahed drone flying in that direction. Probably a surveillance drone. They claim it's a Shahed drone. I don't know if Shahed drones do surveillance as well. I thought that those were like, they just blow up. It wasn't a Shahed, it was a spy drone. Yeah, that makes sense.
Are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something's going to be done. They had a chance to do something a while ago, and it didn't work out, and we did Midnight Hammer. I don't think they want that happening again, but they would like to negotiate. We are negotiating with them right now. Yes.
So, and those negotiations are going to happen on Friday. Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner among that party for the United States.
So it was supposed to be in Turkey, by the way, cooked. Masadayız masabiziz, okay? I just want to mention that we are the table. We are at the table. Turkey mentioned, Turkey mentioned, except Iran was like, nah, no, we're doing this one-on-one, and we're doing this in Oman. And then America, I guess, was fine with that. But clearly we are not at the table, okay? Turkey, we are not at the table. We are not the table. Oman has officially become the table. Very devastating turn of events, I think. But additional devastating turns of events is that the talks have collapsed before they even started.
Here's what's happening in the last 24, 48 hours or so. You got Iran here in the middle of the map, okay? I want to focus down here in the Persian Gulf and also here in the Arabian Sea, because just yesterday, you had two incidents that involved the U.S. naval forces in the region, okay? One was an Iranian drone that was shot down. The USS Abraham Lincoln is about 500 miles off the shore of Iran. So the Lincoln thought that this drone was impeding on their activity. That was shot from the sky. Then you had a U.S. flagged vessel that outran Iranian gunboats. Incident number 2, that was tucked up right here at the bottom of the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. What's happening in the area? Okay, so this is about the area where...
Interesting. Why is USS Bulkley and USS Roosevelt right here? Which part of this map is the USA? Right there. You can't see it. It's kind of tiny. It's tiny nation, Israel. That's the part of the map that's the United States of America. And then these are the other vassal states. It's just strange. Why are there, what's going on here? Why are there naval assets, one, in the Red Sea? Why are there so many naval assets surrounding Iran? And also, why are there assets right there? I wonder why. Perhaps this is because we are also invested not only in offensive capabilities striking Iran, but also defensive capabilities in protecting the most important country on the planet, the beautiful nation state of Israel. Now, of course, I'm also here. I'm literally on this map right now, doxing myself, but I'm like literally on this map, okay? You can see me right around here, all right? Not great, I will admit. Apparently, according to Phil Stewart, more alerts on U.S.-Iran talks hitting wire. Senior Iranian officials return to Reuters and say U.S. insistence on discussing non-nuclear issues could jeopardize talks in Oman. Senior Iranian official says Tehran is fully ready to hold talks with the U.S. only on the nuclear issue. They are once again coming to the table to be like, yeah, no, we hate nukes. The Ayatollah said no nukes. We're stupid like that. They don't listen to the HasanAbi doctrine, okay? They don't listen to the HasanAbi doctrine. Look behind you. I mean, so far it's fine. Hopefully it won't be a issue flying out. If they hit a NOTAM, literally while we're at the airport, I'm just going to restart the stream from the airport. That is the thing that could happen. It's like straight up any moment. Like we might be clinching this by an ass hair, getting the out of Doha right before it explodes out here. And, you know, there is that.
This is the USS Abraham Lincoln. Clearly, you can see all over this map, the naval assets on behalf of the United States Navy are significant right now in the Gulf, especially with the Lincoln just arriving there a few days ago. This is a choke point, right? It's one of the most important choke points in the world when it comes to transporting oil. All right, Strait of Hormuz, okay? You got 21 miles wide at its most narrow point, but the shipping lane is even
There you go. This is where I'm at. This is where me and Marchie Poo are at.
smaller. It's only 2 miles wide. So any vessels that are traveling in this area, they are well aware of each other as they pass one another and work their way either up into the Persian Gulf or out to the Gulf of Oman. Hugh Hewitt's with me now, Fox News contributor. Hewitt, here is what this is a sense I gather here. The Iranians wanted to move the talks. The U.S. said, okay, we'll do that. The president talks every day about, he's stopped 8 wars. I don't get the sense that he wants to start a new one. And I think the Iranians know that. Where does that leave the situation as
So does that mean, dude? What do you mean? He stopped 8 wars? I don't get the sense that he wants to start a new one. Oh my God. What planet are we on, dude? Look, you got the War Games map on. What are you saying? Oh my God.
Good morning, Bill. I think President Trump is acting very calmly, very rationally, but I believe the opposite is true of Iran.
Yeah, there's nothing more calmly and rationally than straight up bringing a strike team and numerous naval assets into the region to say, we're just going to blow you up. And this time it's literally because we're bored. Okay. Like, what's the reason why we're blowing up Iran? Why did we decide to move naval assets back into the region? Remember? Oh, it's because Iran is killing their own people, right? So what's the solution? Oh, we just kill their people instead. It's like, how dare you kill your own protesters? We get to kill you instead. Of course, the real reason why we're doing it is because we are the lapdog of Benjamin Netanyahu. This government is basically a sleeve for Benjamin Netanyahu, and he wants to strike Israel. Now, I talk to analysts all the time about this. Some of them don't think that Israel wants the American government to strike Iran. I disagree vehemently with those analysts. I think we are basically Israel's fleshlight, and therefore we will do their bidding. They've always wanted to strike Iran. They've been nutting at the opportunity and basically let all hell break loose. So we'll see what the takes place.
Nations, like desperate people, do irrational things. It is irrational to attack the Lincoln. It is irrational to attack a U.S. flag tanker when the United States Navy's got presence everywhere. And then yesterday and today, the news agency associated with the regime in Iran began publishing pictures of American bases in the area. It's another threat. This regime has been near crumbling since Midnight Hammer, and when the protests began in December, it got desperate. It murdered 30,000 or more of its own people. Videos came out this morning about the brutality of those attacks. So I think Special Envoy Witkoff is going to offer the Iranians the Assad option. You can leave. We'll let you leave, but you've got to leave because this...
The f are you saying? That's so insane, dude. The Assad option.
This regime is so evil, so fanatical. President Trump knows
we are the evil regime. Okay, I just want to mention, like, between us and Iran, we are definitely the more evil regime. I know this will come as a controversial position to some. They're going to be like, Hassan, they've killed thousands of protesters. Yeah, we've killed thousands of people elsewhere, including we are now positioned to kill thousands of people in Iran, many more thousands than the Iranian government killed. Okay, our solution is we literally are looking at the situation and we're like, wait a minute. Iran killed thousands of its protesters. Well, guess what? I have a solution. It's killing 1 million Iranians.
Exactly what he's doing. I can't count the number of times he said the JCPOA was the worst deal ever done. Been saying that for 10 years. I can't imagine he's going to enter into JCPOA 2.0. And so I think it's really a showdown in Oman where the president is going to communicate through Mr. Witkoff and Jared Kushner. You have one option, which is to leave and then let us destroy your missiles, because it's a dangerous, wounded beast, and they are acting completely crazy. Not like...
Yeah, the U.S. official said that the White House envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law and advisor Jared Kushner are expected to travel to Qatar on Thursday for talks on Iran with the prime minister. From there, they currently plan to return to Miami rather than traveling to meet the Iranians. The official said that if the Iranians are willing to go back to the original format, the U.S. is ready to meet this week or next week. Okay, the fact that they're still entertaining flying out here where I'm at, gives me a little bit more comfort and a little bit more hope.
That's a suggestion about regime change. Wall Street Journal editorial board puts it with it.
Wait, Thursday. Oh, that's tomorrow. Wait. Oh, I thought Thursday like next week. Thursday's in 3 hours, 2 hours from now. Okay,
that's just today in the paper.
I don't know.
The price of oil is lower.
So we're gonna see Kushner on the way out. We're trading places. Kushner and Witkoff are coming in. We're getting out. You know, I think it'll be fine
Today than it was at the start of the 12-day war in June, and the U.S.'s options to mitigate disruption.
Most of the Iranian who is gonna get killed are the ones who are killing normal people. Yeah, no, totally. That's how American missiles work. They're heat-seeking. They're IRGC-seeking missiles. Famously, American missiles, when they explode near an IRGC asset, it actually totally avoids killing all of the random civilians that happen to be around it. Yeah, do you know what cluster munitions are, chatter? One of the regime guys, Morandi, literally just tweeted, Sayed Mohammed Morandi tweeted basically an hour ago, it's time to immediately leave all countries that host U.S. bases in the Gulf region.
Iran's regime and its proxies.
That's a good note to end the broadcast on. We're getting the out of here, hopefully. And if things are fine, by the time, hopefully tomorrow I will be live from the United States of America. There's a range of options here, okay? If things have gone mildly fine, we will at least be alive and maybe in Qatar. But if things are really bad, then we're not alive. But, on that note, I have to go.